So in this video, I'm going to break down the trades that we took last week and how we averaged about 14 hours in the last trading week right here. So showing you step by step all the trades that we took in our premium signals community. All right. So make sure you watch to the very end as I show you everything step by step. Right. You can see that we took quite a number of trades right here, and you can see that it's interesting that we had a lot of break-even trades, about 5 break-even trades. Potentially these would have been losses if we didn't manage them properly. So make sure you watch to the very end so that you learn exactly how to manage trades and everything. All right, so let me just show you right here. So our first trade was on our card JPY right here, where we're looking to actually buy. You can see it was a very beautiful trade right here. We had a nice drop based rally, break of structure to the upside, liquidity being left behind right here, and Asian station was taken out. The market beautifully came to our zone right there. As you can see right here, it was the 4 pip stop loss and a 110 pips target. Unfortunately, this trade ended up being a loss despite it meeting all our criteria, and that's the normal part of trading. You can your setup can meet all your criteria and still experience a loss, and that's just normal in trading. And you can see the next trade after that was the trade on GBP USD, also a 4 pip stop loss right there, where we actually had a very nice setup. We can see a nice rally based drop supply zone after Asian session being taken out, and we had the break of structure. So we just waited for the market to pull back into our zone right there, and once the market came to this particular level, we were able to actually take this particular trade right here, 4 pips stop loss, and for the 7 pips target. As you can see, moments later, we saw the market beautifully moving in our direction, and we had to ask the community to go break even at this particular level right there. And as you can see from here, the market ended up actually reversing, and we were taken out for a break even on this particular trade. As you can see, the market ended up going against us, and this was a break even, as you've seen already from the summary right there. That was this another trade that we took. So we had a re-entry on GBP USD again, where we spotted another setup where we had a nice drop based rally. Let me zoom in right here. A nice drop based rally, broke off structure with big momentum candles. The market beautifully came into our zone, started to react from there. 4 pips stop loss and 88 pips target right there. And then you can see the market decided to move in our direction after we executed. We saw the market beautifully moving in our direction, and we were able to actually go break even on this particular trade. See what happened after we entered this particular trade. The market actually retraced for the second time, and we were again tapped out at break even because the market changed direction. So these things are going to happen. You can never anticipate right there. The next trade after that was the following day again on GBP USD. We had a lot of GU trades last week. 4 pip stop loss again after Asian session being taken out. Then the market breaks structure, retraces, and that's my setup right there. 4 pip stop loss and 41 pips target right there. And what happened on this particular trade? Let's see. Unfortunately, this actually ended up becoming a loss. As you can see, the market ended up going against us, and we were taken out right there. You can see that once we entered right there, the market, the bid went in our direction. Unfortunately, this ended up going against us, and we took a loss, and everything was documented right there. Another GBP USD trade right there. You can see that once the market came to this level right there, we had a nice rally pace drop. Liquidity at this level. Let me show you liquidity right there after Asian is being taken out. The market came to this POI, 6 pips stop loss. 7 pips stop loss, 97 pips target. Again, so what happened? The market started to go in our direction with beautiful rejection right there, and we're able to move our stop loss to break even at this particular level right there. What happened? Let's see what happened. Wow, the market again ended up going against us and actually taking us at break even again. Like I said, we had a lot of break even trades, but that's actually a very good thing because we're able to protect ourselves from taking unnecessary losses. So sometimes the market is just going to do crazy things. So you have to make sure that you find a way of paying yourself as the market makes money available to you. It's extremely important, right? The next trade after that was GBP JPY right here, where we're looking at a nice QML low, high, and break of structure Asian session was taken out right there. The market had to respond from this level right there. And what did we do once we had that? We executed with a 7 pips stop loss and 92 pips target right there. And then I think this ended up, let me just check properly. Let me just check for you. That's GBP JPY right there. So we're able to actually go break even right there. So this was a trade, and then yeah, this is the trade right here. The market ended up going in our direction, as you can see, beautifully in our direction, and then we're able to actually go break even at this level right there, and then see what happened later on. The market reversed after moving almost 1 to 3 risk reward ratio in our direction. Quite unfortunate. The market was very, very volatile last week, a lot of ups and downs and everything. So you can see after the market going almost like 1 to 3 risk reward ratio, the market decided to reverse and we were taken out at break even right there. And then the next trade after that was a trade on Euro AUD. Beautiful, beautiful right up a stop supply zone. Asian session was taken out. Once the market came to our zone, we executed 9 pips stop loss and 135 pips target. And then what happened? Let me see what happened on this particular trade, Euro AUD. We most likely, let me see, this one hit stop loss again right there. We had a stop loss hit right there. The market ended up going against us, and we took a loss on this one right there. And what was the trade after that was let me see, after GJ right there, we took this GJ trade right there where I had a QML low high high. Asian session was taken out. The market responded right there. So once the market was coming for, after the market responded, if you can remember, this was the first trade we took. The market came into this level, then decided to move against us. And then once the market came back to this level right there, that was actually a confirmatory entry for me, because once the market is still responding to my zone, I'm obligated to take a particular trade right there. And as you can see, once the market came back and showed signs of reversing, I executed with 8 pips stop loss and 92 pips target. Unfortunately, this trade ended up being a loss as well. The market, can see that the market ended up going against us, and we were kicked out of that particular trade right there. The good thing about us is that we're able to document everything. We show you everything step by step right there. Then the next trade after that was a trade on EURUSD, where we had a 5 pip stop loss and a 70 pips target. Beautiful right best stop supply zone, nice liquidity at this level right there. The market comes into my zone, drops, taking out this low right there. When my market comes back to my zone, I'm supposed to take the particular trade because it's more like a confirmatory entry. And once I did that, see what happened. The market beautifully actually decided to go in our direction, and we moved our stop loss to break even at this particular level right there. A few moments later, we saw the market going all the way, and we were able to hit take profit right here, about 1 to 14 risk reward ratio. Absolutely amazing. This was the best trade of the week. Amazing right there. And you can see that after that particular trade, we took a trade on GBP USD. So we had a lot of GU trades last week. And you can see we had a nice QML low high break of structure with by big momentum candles. We had liquidity right there. Once the market tapped into our zone, we were ready to actually fire up. And then guess what? The market side to actually, we entered right there with 10 pip stop loss and 134 pips target. And what happened on GU right there, we saw the market actually start to move in our direction, and we had to secure a break even right there. As you can see, we secured break even. And then what happened later? Let me see. I think this was a break even trade because the market never really went in our direction. Let me just check. I think, yeah, this was a break even trade right there. We were able to actually go break even at this particular level right there. And then the next trade after that was a trade on NASDAQ right there. We had a nice QML. We had a QML. We had a low. We had equal highs right there. And then the market came to our zone as predicted. Then once we entered this particular trade, what happened? We actually I wasn't with my phone, and I mean my laptop at this particular point. You can see that once we entered from there, the market started to move in our direction beautifully. And then guess what happened? The market, we went break even at this level right there. And after that, we continued to actually trail our stop loss behind structure, which we always secured about a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio. Unfortunately, this market ended up going again up like all the way to our entry, and we got out with a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio, which is this 1 to 2 risk reward ratio able to see right there. And the last trade of the week was a trade on NZDUSD right here, where we had a nice rather best drop supply zone with multiple breakout structures to the downside. And the beauty thing about this is that we're able to actually forecast this for free on our Facebook right there. And I made a video about it. If you haven't seen it, make sure you watch it. So once the market came here, took out the Asian session and the eco highs, beautifully tapped into our zone. We executed with a 4 pip stop loss and 43 pips target. And then a few moments later, we saw the market going in our direction. We moved our stop loss to break even. And then guess what happened? The market started to move all the way. And at this particular point, we had to secure about a 1-to-2 risk reward ratio. The market was up like 1-to-5 risk reward ratio. And then the inevitable happened. The market ended up going against us right there. And then we were able to be tapped out at this particular level. The good thing about it is that the market ended up going all the way. And if we didn't move our stop loss, we would have actually been tagged out with nothing right there. And this is the summary of last week right here. We took about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 trades. And then we had losses, 1, 2, 4 losses. And then we had how many wins? 3 wins, and then 5 break-even trades, accounting to about a 1-to-14 risk reward ratio of 14%, with an average of about 123 pips in profit right there. This week was absolutely amazing. I love the way we were able to actually manage our trades in a very, very professional way by making sure that we mitigate risk by moving our stop loss to break even whenever we had a chance to do that, because at any particular time, like I always say, the market can choose to do anything. Therefore, it's very, very cardinal that we pay ourselves as the market makes money available to you. You will never know what's going to happen. So it's all about making sure that as the market gives you an opportunity, make sure you pay yourself right there. And like I've shown you, all these were shared in our private community, in the Premium Signals community, step by step, every step of the way. Everything was communicated in real time. So if you'd like to get involved and actually trade with us next week, there are links down in the description. Check them out so that you'll be able to actually trade with us right there. Like I always say, the market works in terms of probability. It's all about having a larger sample size kind of a mindset. And that's what's going to separate you from most traders out there, because you'll be able to think in a probabilistic manner. You have a series of trade mindset, and you don't have to place any significance on the outcome of any individual trade, because the outcome of any individual trade at the end of the day is random. So you have to focus on a larger sample size, take a lot of trades, and then judge yourself after that. As you've seen, these trades right here would have been winners, but they went in our direction and ended up reversing. If we didn't mitigate risk, guess what? This would have been losses right there. So it's very, very important that you pay yourself as the market makes money available to you, because you can just let a trade go. You can just let a winning trade turn into a losing trade. And that's a sure way to you to become unprofitable in the market. All right, so guys, I really hope you found value. And if you have, make sure to subscribe, like the video, comment in the comment section. All right, until next time, goodbye.